Title: Transcendence Through Psychoactive Fungi. Author: Nick Broek. A personal extension of the stoned ape hypothesis. Terence, McKenna. This hypothesis proposes that psychoactive fungi, particularly psilocybin species, played a role in early human evolution, while Terence, McKenna suggested mushroom consumption enhanced cognition. My extension emphasizes joint assimilation and coevolution, where humans and fungi influence each other over millennia, shaping brain development, social behavior, and culture. Sciences, increasingly recognizing the plausibility of psychoactive compounds as evolutionary catalysts. During the Younger Dryas, humans were primarily hunter-gatherers, pursuing large game. These animals often fed on psychoactive mushrooms, creating ecological conditions where the fungi became more abundant along their routes and habitats. Early humans repeatedly encountered these mushrooms, providing frequent exposure to compounds that could enhance neuroplasticity, creativity, and social cognition. Psilocybin activates serotonin circuits, but also indirectly increases dopamine, creating a sense of reward and pleasure. This positive feedback encouraged repeated consumption, reinforcing exposure over generations. Through cumulative practice and ritualized use, this contributed to social cohesion, proto-religion, and cultural knowledge. Remarkably, in just a few thousand years, the human brain underwent a dramatic expansion, a sudden evolutionary surge difficult to explain by genetics alone. Repeated encounters with psychoactive fungi may have enhanced problem-solving, abstract thinking, and collective learning, facilitating the transition from hunter-gatherers to early complex societies. Fungi, among Earth's earliest complex organisms, form mycelium networks structurally similar to neural circuits. Cordyceps demonstrates that fungi can influence host behavior. Psilocybin temporarily alters brain signaling, boosting cognitive flexibility. This mutual adaptation parallels dog-human coevolution. Just as wolves adapted to humans, fungi may have evolved to interact beneficially with our species. Environmental conditions. During the Younger Dryas cooler climates and seasonal shifts may have prolonged psychoactive effects, reinforcing selection for cognitive and social advantages. Modern studies confirm psilocybin's capacity to enhance insight, emotional regulation, and creativity, reflecting mechanisms that may have operated in our evolutionary past. Conclusion: psychoactive fungi likely contributed to the rapid expansion of the human brain, advanced cognition, and social complexity. By triggering dopamine-mediated reward, repeated use reinforced cultural and cognitive practices. This personal extension of McKenna's stoned ape hypothesis emphasizes joint assimilation, coevolution, and cumulative cultural reinforcement, offering a plausible explanation for humanity's remarkable evolutionary leap. Beyond the possible evolutionary role of psilocybin in shaping the human brain, these compounds also have direct therapeutic effects. Modern research increasingly shows that psilocybin has antidepressant properties and can help treat depression, anxiety, trauma, and certain psychosomatic conditions. Users often report profound introspective experiences, a sense of interconnectedness, heightened self-awareness, temporary relief from fear, and sometimes deep spiritual or transcendent states. These experiences appear psychologically healing, suggesting that psilocybin's impact extends beyond cognitive stimulation to emotional and social transformation. Archaeological and ethnographic evidence indicates that early humans, including Homo erectus and Homo sapiens, likely consumed psilocybin-containing mushrooms. They developed rituals and traditions around their use, promoting not only cognitive effects, but also social cohesion and psychological resilience. These practices may have helped communities manage stress, strengthen group bonds, and transmit cultural knowledge across generations. My theory, an extension of Terence McKenna's stoned ape hypothesis, explores how psilocybin could have contributed to long-term human evolution, cognitive development, and cultural traditions. Remarkably, the therapeutic effects observed today may echo thousands of years of adaptive use within early human societies. Recent scientific research into psilocybin has revealed its profound effects on human cognition, emotion, and mental health. Psilocybin enhances neuroplasticity, promoting new neural connections, and can improve conditions like depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Brain imaging shows temporary suppression of the default mode network, correlating with ego dissolution and novel perspective shifts. Users report heightened creativity, introspection, and a sense of interconnectedness. Beyond psilocybin, LSD originating from the ergot fungus demonstrates comparable, and in some ways broader, effects on the human brain. It activates multiple brain regions simultaneously, increasing network connectivity and promoting novel patterns of thought. These mechanisms suggest that both substances grant access to diverse cognitive domains, enhancing problem-solving, sensory integration, and abstract thinking. Historically, early humans may have encountered similar psychoactive fungi, gaining cognitive advantages and forming ritualized cultural practices that reinforce social cohesion. Modern society increasingly recognizes the value of these compounds. Psilocybin and LSD are becoming more accessible and legally studied, allowing controlled exploration of their effects. Clinical trials confirm lasting benefits, improved mood, emotional resilience, and insight into behavior. Users report creative breakthroughs, pattern recognition, and enhanced emotional intelligence. This mainstream acceptance not only supports mental health applications, but could also influence collective cognition and cultural evolution, paralleling hypothesized ancient advantages. The evolutionary implications are remarkable. Repeated, structured use could have amplified social and cognitive development in prehistoric humans, fostering cumulative knowledge, cooperative behaviors, and ritualized practices. LSD-like compounds might extend these benefits further by engaging additional neural circuits, suggesting the potential for even greater influence on brain development. In modern contexts, increased access and integration into education, therapy, and creative practices could shape cognition, culture, and potentially human evolution in the long term. As research progresses and society becomes more open to these substances, it is increasingly clear that psychoactive, fungi, and related compounds are not merely curiosities. They are powerful tools that can influence cognition, culture, and health. From early humans to contemporary society, these compounds offer pathways to mental flexibility, insight, and social cooperation, hinting at profound effects on human evolution and the development of consciousness. Researchers who have personally experienced psilocybin or other psychedelics often grasp their effects more deeply than before. Having tried them, individuals without psychedelic experience can understand the theory, but the subjective, transformative nature of these substances remains abstract. Only through direct experience do the nuanced effects on perception, cognition, and emotional processing become apparent. Ideas interconnect spontaneously, creativity expands, and self-reflection deepens in ways that purely observational study cannot capture. Many users report feelings of spiritual awakening or profound insight, often describing a sense of connection with the world, nature, or a higher consciousness. This recurring phenomenon suggests a link between psychedelics and the formation of proto-religious practices in early human societies. Dopamine-driven reward systems reinforce these experiences, motivating repeated engagement and contributing to cultural adoption over generations. Historically and to this day, numerous indigenous peoples maintain long-standing traditions of psychedelic use. Native Americans, Amazonian tribes, and African communities incorporate substances like peyote, ayahuasca, and psilocybin mushrooms into rituals that strengthen social cohesion, transmit knowledge, and cultivate spiritual frameworks. These practices have persisted for centuries, demonstrating that psychedelics can play a lasting role in cultural and spiritual development. Experiencing psychedelics first-hand allows researchers to contextualize their influence on early human cognition, social structures, and proto-religion. While modern science measures brain activity, neurochemical changes, and behavioral outcomes. Subjective experience provides insight into intuition, introspection, and problem-solving that cannot be fully captured by data alone. The combination of experiential insight and scientific observation allows a more comprehensive understanding of how psychedelics may have shaped human evolution, creativity, and culture. Ultimately, direct psychedelic experience grants researchers a unique lens, one that illuminates the plausibility of historical and evolutionary theories regarding psychedelics, cognition, and really cultural practices. Without this experiential knowledge, the transformative potential of these substances remains largely theoretical. With it, understanding becomes tangible, relatable, and scientifically significant.